Right. Okay, so having a look at the rankings for last time, I would like to move Enchanted up to S because it's been stuck in my brain for days. It's very pretty, both versions of it. Big fan. Okay, that out of the way. The new album is Red. Let's have a look at some information. Taylor Swift's fourth studio album, released in 2012, was inspired by intense emotions and feelings that Swift believes correlate with the colour red, including frustration, romance, disappointment, and nostalgia. Interesting. Frustration, romance, I get. Disappointment and nostalgia being red. Not so much. For me, obviously. Swift broadened the spectrum, blah blah blah. The Red era kicked off with a live stream in August 2012 in which Swift announced the album and debuted We Are Never Getting Back Together. Oh, I know that one, okay. Which became her first #1 on the Billboard Top 100. Makes sense. Swift admitted during the live stream that she wrote over 30 songs for the album. She later gave one particular Rejects Babe to Sugarland and featured on that track. Yep, that's the thing to do if you've got too many songs, just give them to other people. That way they still see the light of day, but you don't have to make 50 albums. The album sold 1.21 million copies. It received Grammy nominations for Best Country Album and Album of the Year. Okay, so she's still tilling the line between country and pop. But it didn't win either. That's interesting. So it was split then. Taylor's Album of the Year loss made her want to try out something new, so she made her next album, 1989, entirely pop. Ah, okay. So she's finally decided to just transition entirely to pop, albeit maybe just for this one album, but 1989 being entirely pop, that makes a lot of sense that it's so many people's favourite. So she said in 2020 that she looks back on this as her true breakup album, and every other album has flickers of different things, but this was an album I wrote specifically about pure, absolute, to the core heartbreak. Now that's another interesting thing, because I was told by humans that the last album, Speak Now, was the breakup album, but I found the first half of that album to be entirely positive, and then the latter half to be more break-up-y. Mind you, I suppose if you're looking at breakups as a positive, that could work. But yeah, it's not what I was expecting from Speak Now. I thought that was going to be what this is going to be. So, okay. Alright, this is going to be fun. Okay, we're starting Red out with State of Grace. That was the fourth single. Lyrically, the song serves as a warning for what love can be, both amazing and devastating. Essentially, it can go both ways, depending on how we go about it. Throughout the song, we see Swift detailing the beginning of love with all its possibilities, as well as an utterly romantic sentiment and charm about the uncertainty and expectations that come along with any new beginning. Okay? Let's dive in. Okay, so already, this is more pop. The vocal is very close up, and it's stronger than it was. It's less breathy than the last album. It's more upfront. It's more projected. She's been working on her voice, certainly. She's trying out some new things. So the pre-chorus with all the reverb effects, and she's trying some new stuff here. So interesting thing, this song seems to be built around the hook of... You can hear it in the verse, she sings it, na, na, na. And in the pre-chorus, she pops it at the end of one of the lines there. Never saw you coming. Oh. I wonder if that's going to make an appearance in the chorus as well. Yeah, very hooky so far. And there it is again. So on the pre-chorus for the build-up, she changes it a little bit. She goes, da, 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 da. This love is brave and wild, and I never saw you coming. I do like in this little bridge here, they've called it a pre-chorus, but it seems more like a bridge to me. But either way, I do like she's got what I associate more with the Taylor Swift I've heard, the more modern Taylor Swift where she's almost singing almost talking directly to the audience, and she's got a bit more anger in her voice. And you were never a saint, and I love the shades are wrong. We learn to live with the pain, mosaic broken hearts. This love is brave and yeah. So she's going from very singy, just twin fire sign for blue eyes, to you were never a saint, and I love the shades are wrong. We learn to live with the pain, mosaic broken hearts, and back into this love is brave and what? Yeah, it's good. It's showing off more aspects of her personality. The layered and call and response backing vocals, while not exactly new, that they're more prevalent in this one. You go it's good stuff. I wonder if that's all her. No, it's probably not all her. She's hired a lot of people for this. Oh, that was the build-up there was really interesting. They put a different drum beat behind it. They put a different chord structure behind it. It really emphasised the change going into that last chorus. I'm all for it. And it resolved the last unless you play it good and right, took the main hook of this and resolved it into it just feels more final, feels over, and they put it at the very end of the song, and that's excellent. So really good musicianship in this song, and I'm looking forward to hearing the rest of the album even more now, because I feel like the vocals have been evolving over time. The band itself and the arrangements therein, I think whoever she got doing the arrangements for this album specifically has taken their ball and run with it. I think they've done an excellent job. I'm assuming it wasn't Taylor Swift doing all the arrangements for all the instruments. I think I read somewhere that she knows what instruments she wants. She knows what the structure is. She's written it all on acoustic guitar, and then she'll get people to come in and give her ideas, and then she'll either say yes or no to that. That's what I assume. Do feel free to correct me, because, as I say, I am learning. This is all a learning experience for me. Lovely. Let's see what the next track has to offer. Oh, I need to rank it. Still the worst part. Still the worst part. Okay. Concentrate-y face. No, that's just 811 face. State of Grace. I'm trying not to let the fact that it's the first song on a new album and it's all changed and impressed me. I'm trying not to let that interfere with the song itself. I'm going to pop it in an A for the time being. We'll see what happens. So we've got the title track next. Okay, Red. The title track... Jonathan Ross. The title track of Swift's album compares the emotions he felt in a relationship to Colours. It was originally released as a promotional single. It's generally believed that this song is about the actor Jack Gyllenhaal, don't know. Since the hidden message of the song SAG could be interpreted as Swift and Gyllenhaal, or Sagittarius, or the Screen Actors Guild. The zodiac sign of the two. It's also possible the song drew inspiration from both relationships. Okay, great. So Jack Gyllenhaal briefly dated Taylor Swift, so let's add her to my list. And when did this album come out? 2012. So they dated in 2010. So this is a look back on their relationship because they really briefly dated. So let's find out what Taylor thought about Jake. Jake. So she said later on that the relationship that I had was like the worst thing ever and the best thing ever at the same time. I was writing this song and thinking about correlating the colours to different feelings I went through. You have the great part of red, like the red emotions that are dating in bold and passion and love and affection. And then you have the other side of the spectrum, jealousy, anger, frustration, and you didn't call me back and I need space. Okay, let's have a listen. Okay. Yeah, as I was just listening to that chorus and another song came into my head again, so instead of like, losing him was blue, I could never know, my brain's just going, you only miss the light when it's getting low, only miss the sun when it starts to snow, only know you love her when you let her go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that out of my brain. It's roughly the same chords is the problem. Right, let's focus on Taylor Swift and not on other songs. Right, okay, so it's a very Taylor Swift thing that she likes to do by ending her song with the first line, coming full circle. Also that, she's taken the word red and she's used it as a sample and she's put it in the back. That's pretty interesting. I wonder, give you the idea of that. That's pretty interesting as well. I do like the colour theme. That's great. I wonder if that's going to carry on throughout the album, whether that was just a single thing. Red is going to go in B for the time being. And now B is a big boy. Next album, Treacherous. Uh-oh. Okay, Treacherous. Something that is treacherous is something harmful and possibly deceptive. Webster's dictionary defines. Taylor uses this word to describe a relationship that might be the best one for her. The song contains strong sensual undertones. Okay, I'm a sweet innocent boy, so... And while at no point references directly anything explicitly sexual, some of the lyrics can nevertheless be interpreted as a metaphor for sex. Looking at the song through this lens, it can be seen as Taylor realising that the relationship is moving extremely fast and might go unhealthy. There are various rumoured subjects, including John Mayer, who we don't like, Jake Gyllenhaal, which I don't have an opinion on yet. Secret message for Treacherous is "Won't Stop Till It's Over," a lyric featured on the Temper Trap song Sweet Disposition. The song is referenced on All Too Well, another song thought to be about Jake. However, this song is most likely about Harry Styles. I Knew You Were Trouble and Treacherous are about the same person, and hints in I Knew You Were Trouble point to Harry being the inspiration. The biggest hint lies in the song's hidden clue, and Harry had this tattooed on his arm in 2012, around the time he was dating Taylor. That's another... Okay, so Harry Styles dated Taylor Swift. Harry Styles. Okay, I am running out of room on this X's list. So Harry enjoyed this song. Let's see if we do. Put these on the right way round. Probably help. Okay. So for the most part, it was a fairly average song for me, but I really did enjoy the Get You Alone. I was getting Queen vibes on the guitar in there. This hope is treacherous, this daydream's dangerous, this hope is treacherous. Yeah, it wasn't a massive fan of that one. That's going in C. Or D? Let's have a look. Tell Me Why Forever and Always Say Stephen. I might pop that down to D later on. I haven't decided yet. I'll decide afterwards. Okay, next song. I Knew You Were Trouble. Right, well, I know this one. Taylor Swift expresses her guilt in I Knew You Were Trouble due to a relationship destined to fail, with its sound playing between electropop and dubstep. Can't remember if there's any dubstep in this. Oh. Maybe that's what they mean by dubstep. I wouldn't... Okay, fine. The song marks the significant period in which Swift began to move further away from her country roots and more into pop influences. I mean, that's what this whole album's been so far. Time congratulated Swift on being the first major artist to fuse country and dubstep. Okay, it may be that I don't remember this song overly well, but dubstep seems a bit much. I mean, I'll listen to it and decide afterwards, but yeah. The song was an international and commercial success. Yep, we know that. Peaked at number 2. The hidden message for the track is When You See Me Dancing, which leads to speculation the song might be about Harry Styles, who Taylor said to have first met backstage at the 2012 Kids' Choice Awards. Her and Selena Gomez were seen dancing to One Direction's performance of What Makes You Beautiful. I mean, that just means that they enjoy pop music. Let's listen to this song and see if we can spot any dubstep. Okay, right. So I see what they mean with the dubstep now. When I listened to it previously, I'd not really taken in the heavy synths there. But I mean, I feel like dubstep fans would have something to say about this. It's pop dubstep, isn't it? It's dubstep light. Once upon a time, a few mistakes ago, I was in your sights, you got me alone. You found me, you found me, you found me. I just swing that. Once upon a time, a few mistakes ago, I was in your sights, you got me alone. You found me. And then well, you done me in your bed, I felt it. Tried to be chill, you're so hot that I melted. Fell right through the cracks, and now I'm trying to get back. That's interesting. That's a stretch. I know that's a stretch. I'm aware that's a stretch. But it is the same chords, it's just completely different vibe. Right, carrying on. Yeah, so that's very different approach from Taylor there. This sounds like your classic 2010s modern pop, doesn't it? With all the synth and everything and less live band in there. The bridge is interesting. They've got some reversed instrumentation in there, just to add a bit of a creepy edge, I think. But yeah, good song. I'm glad I listened to it again, because I've noticed some things in there that I didn't notice last time. And obviously reading the lyrics along with the song, it helps to connect you to it, rather than just hearing it on the radio in the background while you're doing a job you hate. So, I Knew You Were Trouble. I'm trying not to rate it as the thing that propelled her into a top star in the pop world. I'm trying to rate it as a song itself. And as a song itself, it's fairly simple, kind of repetitive. It's not as... Let's see. So, if we're looking at Speak Now and Dear John and Tied Together with a Smile and everything, it doesn't reach those levels, so I think it goes in B along with what looks like everything else at the minute. So, yeah, that's going in there for the time being. Great. What is next? All Too Well. Oh, it's the fifth track. It's the fifth track. Here we go. Emotionally Vulnerable Ballad. Widely regarded as one of Swift's best songs. Oh, no pressure then for me. Great. All Too Well sees her picking up shards of memories after a gut-wrenching breakup. She jumps through time to reflect on her best and worst memories with her ex, making the listener feel as though they were there with the couple. Swift told Pop Dust that she began writing the song in a soundcheck for her 2011 tour. Liz Rose explained that the song was initially 10 to 15 minutes long. Oh, well, thank you, Liz, for paring that down. And Swift shared some of the original lyrics in a deluxe edition of Lover. Okay. Many people believe Swift took inspiration from her relationship with Jack Gyllenhaal again. He is very much the theme of this album, it seems, along with Old Harry. The secret message, Maple Lattes, is hidden within the song's liner notes, and the two shared those coffees in November of 2010. Great. Okay, let's give it a listen. I'm going to get some flack for this, aren't I? I really wish I didn't know that it's widely regarded as one of Taylor's best songs, because yeah, it didn't crack the top 50% for me. Yeah. I don't know if it's going at the bottom of B or the top of C. It's going at the top of B. Bottom of B, sorry. I'm not looking forward to people telling me I'm wrong. Good. Also, I wasn't expecting to go back to country. I really wasn't. But I suppose the point is that this is the half pop, half country album, and that's why it didn't win either. And the next album's going to be the big pop album. So yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, next song, 22. I definitely know at least the chorus to this song. I'm feeling 22. The sixth track finds Taylor Swift celebrating her early 20s by having some reckless fun. This song was written when Taylor Swift celebrated her 22nd birthday. The hidden message is Ashley, Diana, Claire, Selena. These are the four names of her friends. Someone from Glee there. Selena Gomez, we know. The song is not only about the birthday celebrations, but tells the coming-of-age story in which she is changing from teen to an adult. Tells of the confusing times of being in your 20s, when you're happy, free, confused, and lonely at the same time. Okay. I wonder if I know the verse to this song as well, and just can't think of it. Let's find out.
It feels like a perfect night.
If I didn't know better and I heard that verse, I would have said it was a Miley Cyrus song, because that's exactly how I imagine one of her songs would start. It feels like a perfect night. It's the southern drawl along with the pop production and the sort of bratty attitude there that I associate with Miley Cyrus songs. But this is fun. This was a fun song about generally just having a good time and being 22. I think it's going to go in A. Some of these might need a reshuffle. I keep saying that, and I don't really reshuffle much at all. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just a silly thing I'm doing. It doesn't matter. That's what I've got to keep telling myself. Right. What is next? I Almost Do. I Almost Do is a song that describes the internal conflict that goes on when reminiscing about a romance. I Almost Don't... It's a conflict you feel when you want to take someone back and you want to give it another try, but you know you can't. And because you know it's hurt you so deeply that you know that you can't bear to go through with it again. You're sitting there and wondering where they are and hope they're thinking about you and almost picking up the phone call, but you just can't. I think I need to write this in order to not call the person, actually. I think the writing the song was what I did instead of picking up the phone. The same relationship she wrote this song about left her so emotional she had 6 months of writing block prior to being able to begin writing Red. Hidden Messages wrote this instead of calling, which is very on the nose. Love that. I wonder what the relationship was. The same relationship she wrote... I should have guessed. Apparently the Smart Money's on Jake Gyllenhaal. So, it's another one about that guy. Let's have a look. What a sad song. Once again, she's gone with the convention of the first line, well in this case the first verse being the outro. It's a really nice way to end a song. As far as the song goes, it's either a C or a B. I think it's a C. Yeah, I think that's a C. It's got some competition. What is the... Oh, We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. Obviously I know this one as well. Well, there's a lot of singles from this album. Let's have a look. So, Taylor Swift refuses to continue an on and off relationship with her boyfriend and declares that we're never getting back together. The song was released as the lead single for this album, Grammy nomination, and first #1. Okay. She described the process of writing this song as one of the most humorous experiences she's had while writing. It's a definitive portrait of how I felt when I finally stopped caring what my ex thought of me. He made me feel like I wasn't good or relevant as those hipster band he listened to, so I made a song that I knew would absolutely drive him crazy when he heard it on the radio. Not only would it hopefully be played a lot, interesting, so she made the most pop song she could possibly think of in order to infuriate this guy who liked hipster bands. Is this probably about Jake again, I suppose? It doesn't say, but I assume so. Let's give it a listen. You can hear the unseriousness while she's singing this. Putting in little things like, when you said you needed space, what? And just talking some of the lines. Just, baby, I miss you and I swear we're gonna change, trust me. Popping in the oohs in there. And then you've got the shampoo-like chorus where it's gang vocals the whole way through. She's gone very Valley Girl with this one. She's trying to sound as bratty as possible. It's fantastic, yeah. It's like she's taken the pop song manual and read every page.
Like, ever.
Oh, she's putting it on hard on this one, but it's made it very, very funny to listen to. So, I mean, it's a simple, it's a by the numbers sort of pop song with a lot of tongue in cheek to it. I'm gonna pop it in A because it made me laugh, having that little candid phone call moment in there. Fantastic. Right, this next song is called Stay, Stay, Stay. But I'm going to go because I need a biscuit. Be right back. Okay, Stay, Stay, Stay finds Swift imagining what a perfect relationship would be like. She wishes this perfect man she's imagined would stay because she longs for true love. Hidden message, daydreaming about real love. Lovely, nice and simple. Let's go. Okay, so this was a nice fun song. Just a little daydream with a jaunty instrumental, almost sort of coin-operated boy dressed in dolls sort of vibe, only a lot more pop. And that almost music box sort of instrumental going on there. It really just adds the feeling of unseriousness to it. Stay, Stay, Stay is going in C, but like right up at the front of C. Okay, this one is called The Last Time, featuring Gary Lightbody, who I have not heard of. The song ties into the theme of what can happen throughout a relationship, similar to one in songs like I Almost Do or We're Never Getting Back Together. The relationship has been very on and off, so this is We Are Never Getting Back Together, but in a more sincere way. Hidden message is LA on break. This seems to hint that the person may have broken up with her while he was in LA on his break, perhaps in Hollywood. It's probably Jake Gyllenhaal again. The pair broke up after he did not pitch to her birthday. What? He did not pitch to her birthday. Alright, as he was in LA to promote his movie Love and Other Drugs. This was detailed in the track The Moment I Knew. I've never heard the phrase pitch to somewhere before, but fine, alright. I understand the meaning through context. So, who's Gary Lightbody? Are you not going to tell me? No, apparently I should know. Okay. Gary Lightbody is an Irish singer-songwriter, guitarist, and multi-instrumentalist. He's best known for being lead singer of Snow Patrol Guy. Oh, okay. Right, so this is Snow Patrol Guy and Taylor Swift. Let's go. Oh, that was not a good song. I didn't get anything out of that at all. I think the key that Gary wants and the key that Taylor wants are too different. I'm not sure having Gary's style of singing and Taylor's style of singing together works at all. I don't think their voices meld together very well. I don't think it's overly well produced vocally. I didn't like it at all. This is going in D. I'm going to move on from that. Holy Ground. Holy Ground is the first of two Taylor Swift songs that Jeff Basker, let's go with that, has produced. The first being the lucky one. When she started out writing the song, she knew she wanted him to produce the track. Taylor contacted him and they agreed to produce the song as a result. Holy Ground sounds different from any of Taylor's previous work. Yeah, okay. Interesting. In the song, Taylor's looking back at a whirlwind relationship from her past. She's realising just because the relationship didn't last doesn't mean it wasn't a good memory or wasted time. The memories are still important and sacred. Just because Taylor and the guy weren't meant to be doesn't mean she can't look back fondly on their time together. Every mistake is a lesson learned. The track's hidden message is, when you came to the show in SD, which leads to the assumption it's about Joe Jonas, who was spotted at Taylor's San Diego show during the Speak Now tour. Lovely. So we're back to Joe. Joe, who got all distant and slipped away. Yeah, I can see why it's... saying that it's completely different from all Taylor's previous work is a bit much, but I mean, certainly you can hear the difference in production. The drums are centre stage on that song. They carry the whole thing through. That aside, I think that's at the bottom of B. I specifically enjoyed the verses on that one. Good energy to it. This next one's called Sad, Beautiful, Tragic. Taylor wrote this song on a ukulele. Ooh. Taylor wrote this song on a ukulele on her tour bus after a show of the Speak Now World Tour, reflecting on a relationship that was sad, beautiful, and tragic. It is speculated it's about Taylor Lautner, and that's the one that Taylor broke up with and then regretted. But there is some reason to believe it could possibly be about Jake Gyllenhaal, of course. Of course, it could possibly be about Jake. I am quite frankly sick of hearing about Jake Gyllenhaal at this point. Okay. It's nice to hear a ukulele in a song. This little song didn't really do... I mean, as far as the song goes, it's a C somewhere in the middle there, but I did enjoy hearing a ukulele. Alright, this one's called The Lucky One. This song's about a star who had it all, who was also too exposed to all the tabloids, lights and cameras. After her secrets were being leaked all over the world, she was done, she moved away. No one knew where she'd gone. She wrote the song in Australia, although she doesn't say who the song was about. The song was rumoured to be about John Mitchell and Kim Wilde. So he bought a bunch of land somewhere and chose Rose Garden over Madison Square. The song ends with Taylor understanding why the star chose that path and how Taylor feels she's becoming the lucky one. Okay. Particularly strong vocals on this one, I've got to say. The second and third verses there, she really starts belting some stuff. It's a subject she clearly feels passionate about, which makes sense considering where she was at the time, where she is now. I wonder if she still feels the same way now. Because, I mean, I don't know. I've not been following her at all, hence this series. I don't know if there's been any real scandal. And even if there was, the fan base would jump to her defense anyway. So, let's have a look. So, The Lucky One, as far as the song goes, it's going in B. It's between B and C. I think a lot of things are. I'm having a real trouble differentiating between B and C. But I'm going to stick with it. Okay, Everything Has Changed is a song about realizing your life has flipped upside down, much like Will Smith, after falling for someone new. The track appears on Taylor's fourth album, Red. Features vocals from her close friend and first-time collaborator Ed Sheeran. Okay, so we've got some Ed Sheeran on this track. The music video for the song follows the day in the life of two young children in the same elementary school class. They're both misfits, become good friends, but their platonic feelings turn into something more. At the end of the video, it's revealed that the girl is Taylor's daughter and the boy is Ed's son. The hidden message for this song is Hyannis Point? I've no idea. Which is where Taylor spent the 4th of July with Connor Kennedy, whoever the heck that is. Another ex. Taylor Swift and Connor Kennedy's Center of Love. Alright, let's add this to the list. Connor Kennedy. Okay, let's have a look.
You good to go?
So, from the collabs that I've seen so far, they've been less than her solo stuff. I definitely prefer her on her own rather than collabing so far. Because I quite like a lot of Ed Sheeran songs as well, but together they've made a lesser song, I feel. I mean, so much so that it's going down in D. I don't think much of that song at all. I don't think their voices really meshed too much. It's the same with the Snow Patrol song. I feel like that they've all got a very specific way of singing, and neither of them have tried to compromise those different styles together in order to merge and sound more together. I'm doing a very bad job of explaining myself because it's incredibly hot in here, but I think you get the idea. Okay, there's 2 more songs, and then I can have a cold shower. Starlight. Can you hear me the pain? This 1940s theme song, interested already, is inspired by Ethel and Bobby Kennedy. Starlight's a song I wrote after seeing a picture of Ethel and Bobby Kennedy when they were 17. I saw this picture about a year and a half ago, and I don't know anything about what they were doing or what was going on in the picture, but I just thought they looked like they're having the best night, and I wrote this song about what that night might have been like. I ended up meeting Ethel and going and playing it for her, and she loved it. Such a fun moment when she was just in love with the song and happy about it, and it's just this adorable picture. Taylor Swift also dated Connor Kennedy, and there he is, earlier 2012, who is rumoured to have part in inspiring this song. Well, that would make sense. Connor Kennedy, he's the summer romance. Okay, let's listen to this 1940s inspired song.
I said, oh my, what a marvelous.
So, when I read that it was a 1960s style song, I was expecting more of a 1960s style song rather than a relatively modern pop song with little references here and there to the 60s. There's a tiny bit of rock set in there. We've got the hoo-hoo-hoos in there, of course. But really, it doesn't sound overly 60s. Oh my, what a marvelous tune. Was the best night ever. Can't forget how it moved. White dress with the underneath. It's an LMFAO track, isn't it? This is very likely just a me thing, but my brain can hear the Killers singing this song. It's the chorus for some reason. Oh my, what a marvelous tune. It was the best night ever. Won't forget how we moved. The whole, yeah, for some reason. It doesn't make too much sense, but in my brain, the Killers would do a really good cover of this. Interesting. Maybe that's an idea for something down the line. It's a nice song. I'm glad she enjoyed it. We have one song left. Begin Again. Begin Again. Swift closes the tumultuous Red album with Begin Again, on which she expresses her hope for building a relationship while reflecting on past romantic mistakes. It ends the album on an optimistic note, serving as a departure from the themes of heartbreak. Swift released a music video. Begin Again receives lots of smaller nominations. It looks like another country song, and a Grammy for Best Country Song, but lost the Critics' Choice Awards. It did, however, win 2 BMI Awards, Publisher of the Year, Country. Okay, so I'm in for a good country song. Okay, let's round this thing out. That's interesting. So we got the same hook as in the first track. Na 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 na. I do. That's a go-to hook for Taylor. She's done it before as well. Na mother's. Yeah, she's definitely. And that is the end of Red. I have updated my notes. We're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 so far. Yeah, 10 so far, and then a list of crushes as well. Brilliant. And this is only album 4? 4. So this album, we've seen some advances in her vocals. She's trying some new things. There's more emotion coming out. She did a tongue-in-cheek pop song, which was quite. I should probably quickly stick this one in B. I'll have a quick look at this. Oh, that's interesting. So I haven't put a single one in S from this album, and again, that's because this album is very much just a progression. It's a progression from where we've been going. We're finally getting to the point where she's starting to leave her country roots behind somewhat. That last song, obviously, very, very country, and there's a couple of bits and pieces in there. Didn't like the collabs really too much. I have a feeling there's probably going to be more of those because that's what a lot of pop artists do these days. They collab, share an audience. I feel like Ed Sheeran's probably the perfect person to collab with for Taylor Swift because they're both very, very similar in their writing styles, and the fact they write too much and they give their songs away, and both acoustic singer-songwriters, but that song didn't do anything for me. Maybe there'll be one down the line that does. But yeah, it's a very, very mixed bag, this one. It goes from super pop to just generic sort of halfway between song. Yeah, I don't think this is going to go down as one of the favourites. I certainly see why she said this was the breakup album as opposed to the last one, even though the last one was said to be the breakup album. But no. So, exciting times. We're going to delve into 1989 next, which, ever since I've started doing these videos, people have told me, oh, just you wait till you get to 1989. And I'm a bit worried that that's going to hype it up too much, and I'm not going to be able to enjoy it as much because I'm expecting too much, possibly. But she did specifically, well, it is specifically said here that she was annoyed that she's not winning the country album or the album of the year, and so she's just delving directly into pop and leaving country in the background. Whether she goes back to that after, I don't know. Probably. So yeah, this next album is going to be very, very interesting. I'll give myself some time for that one. But yes, I'm going to have a quick fiddle around with these rankings because no doubt in the next couple of days I'll have certain songs in my head and I'll shuffle them about. But I'm enjoying the direction we're going, and I'm interested to see what she has in store for me next. As far as music videos go, I've not been watching them. Should I be watching them? Would it add to the song, or would it skew my opinion too much? Let me know in the comments there, assuming you've got this far into the video, in which case, well done. No one watches the outros to things, so well done to you. Brilliant. Right, well, I will see you next time. I'm going to have a cold shower. It's very hot. See ya.